Here with another Minecraft video live stream. I am going to be checking my microphone. I didn't have one yesterday when I was streaming. I picked up a cheap one at the dollar store, so we'll see how that goes. It's my birthday today, and so happy birthday to me. Welcome to my video. This is the lobby on my server, and basically any new players who join the server would pop into here first. I did actually have it set to where everybody would load in here every time they logged in, but some of my members were a little off-put by that because we play often in survival mode, and if you're out in the wilderness or you're out somewhere and you log off, you log back in, you want to be in the same place. You don't want to have to navigate your way all the way back there every time, and that makes sense to me. So we changed it, and now only new players show up here in the lobby. So it's kind of not as useful as what I had originally planned, but it's still cool. It's a completely separate world. There's my D for Dreth. It's a completely separate world. I made it in single player and then imported it with multiverse. And I set a world border so that nobody could go outside that, and nobody could build or anything like that. If you go over here to the world border, it just it's like a force field. You can't get past it. I have found ways past it before by using like the unstuck command for world edit, because a lot of times when you paste something in from a schematic or something like that with world edit, you end up underneath it or something, and you have to type /unstuck to get out. And I'll show you a place where I did some things like that. I don't have anything loaded from a schematic on this world, one block world. That is completely built in survival, and we had most of our members were playing on the one block server on the one block world for quite a while, and I don't know, now it seems like it kind of died down a little bit. People get really interested in Minecraft, and then they play it for a little while, and then they get kind of bored with it and they don't play again for a while. I am kind of the same way, except for I do usually play Minecraft just because it's such a versatile game. You can do so many things with it. So it does still say, I need to change that. It does still say enjoy your stay. I did a world percent, so it basically tells you what world you're in. For some reason, when you come through the portal, it says you're still in the lobby. If you were to go outside this town, my daughter built those houses there. If you were to go outside and back in, it would be correct. It would say world, which is the name of this world. Not very original, I know. I didn't name it that. We imported it from our original attempt at creating a Minecraft server. I should say my original attempt. I basically figured everything out on my own, so as far as how to set up the server. This world does have things that are schematic files that were copied and pasted in. Those two buildings were both schematics. The rest of this town was built by hand. The rest of the city, I should say, was built by hand. I built houses over here. That's a little mine entrance. And if you go over here, you'll see I've got some docks built. I did have boats there, but they vanished. I think some of my other players used them, didn't put them back, which is not that big a deal. It's just a boat. I've got to switch the map. See, the only thing about the map is I have to click on which map I want to bring up. So we're going to go over here first. I'm going to show you. Bring OBS back up on my screen just so I know I'm recording or streaming rather. My computer's, you might hear the noises from my desktop audio. That's Facebook notifications. It's my birthday, and so people are telling me happy birthday. This is a longhouse built by my bro. It's pretty neat. I don't know if he's finished with it or not, but it's pretty sweet. I'm not going to go into all of it because I don't want to intrude on his personal space. If he wants me to show it off, I will. You notice the doors when you're in survival mode on my server, the doors will auto close. That's a plugin that I have on the server called Auto Door Closer. After so many seconds, it automatically closes doors and gates behind you. It's really helpful when you have villagers and you don't want them getting out of an area. You have them gated in and they can't open the gates. You can open the gates and then they auto close, so you don't forget to leave them open and have villagers where you don't want villagers. This settlement here was built by another one of my bros. This little area here, and his wife, and this is our jail we built. There's no, as you can see, there's no apparatus to open the steel door, or the so once you're in there, you're in there. I have a /jail command. I can throw somebody in the jail and they can't get out. And then of course you can unjail them and that sends them back out of the jail, but in my experience it just sends you somewhere random when you unjail somebody, so I don't know exactly why that is. But on this side of the river I built this bridge. I built all these houses here for villagers and these little town square areas. As you can see, there's a lot of villagers here. It gets a little laggy at times, but it seems to be running really good despite my streaming and everything. This is my house. It started out much smaller. It was originally just this little section right here, one story, and then I spread and spread and spread as I got deep slate, and ended up with this. Looks like that might have honey on it. Let me go grab a bottle and see if I can. And as you can see, watch, the gate will close by itself. Nope, it's not done yet. I thought it was, but it's not. And that one doesn't seem to be producing as much as the one. I actually cut that down with Silk Touch, so I actually got it with the bees intact. As you can see, I've got like 8 honey bottles full so far. Every time I come back to this house, I try to make sure my bees are taken care of. Um, sorry, people are messaging me on social media. So yeah, my house, this is my mine entrance. I have a working minecart system all the way down to bedrock. And I have a minecart with a chest. It's got random BS in it right now, but the last time I was down there, yeah, people are messaging me for my birthday and posting on Facebook. My mom posted a picture of me as a baby. It's very cute. I have a social media account for my gaming stuff, so that's what I'm going to be using as far as for the actual channel and everything like that. I'll be using that page, not my personal page, because I don't want it inundated with you know, whatever. It's my bed. Try to do like a California King style with the 3 beds put together. Here's my balcony. Gotta open the correct door. The auto door closer thing also opens both doors and closes both doors together, but if you do it on the side that you have the sign on, it works, and it doesn't work if you do it on the side that does not have the sign. I don't know why that is, but it works. Anyway, that's a lookout tower I built over there. From here you can see some of my gardens. I'll go down there and again, I clicked the wrong door. So we'll go out. This is, like I said, this is the original section of my house right here. This is all I had. This is my wheat. These are all my flowers for my bees. I put this tree here because I read online that if you grow a tree within an area of flowers, it has a chance to produce a beehive like that one that I cut down with Silk Touch from somewhere else. But it did not do that, so I probably could just take it down, but it doesn't look bad, so I'll leave it. This is my farm. It's a manual farm. It's not anything fancy and auto harvesting or anything like that. I haven't got into that yet. But let's see. I've got horses, cows, sheep, pigs, and I've got chickens, and you have to, because of the foxes, you have to close in your chicken enclosure now. If you go this way, this is my daughter Gwen's house that she built. And right here are a couple of useful things I built for survival. And I have these in the other world, which I may have showed you in the other video, but this is a charcoal farm. You put logs in this chest, and pretty soon out pops charcoal from this chest. It's done with the use of some hoppers and furnaces, and honestly I found it online. I watched a tutorial and I built it. Same with this stone or cobblestone generator here. I changed my design a little bit. I went with obsidian for the outer casing because you can't mine through it as quickly. As you can see, we've got some stone and some cobblestone in there. I've got an iron pickaxe with silk touch on it. I used an iron pickaxe because it won't mine through the obsidian quickly like the diamond or netherite pickaxe will do. So anyway, there's my sugar cane, there's my dock, and again there was a boat there at one point in time. Don't know what happened to that. Don't know what happened to our bridge here. Somebody modified it a bit. It was originally just cobblestone like that. I don't know. This is our community enchanting room, which is mostly complete. I think it is actually fully complete. I don't know if you have to have the top row or not, but anyways, it works well. This is that tower that I built. I'll show you this real quick. The stairwell is a little janky, but it works. Maybe I should have made it out of something that contrasted a little bit so you could see where you're going a little bit better, but it works. And then I've got a slab here and a slab and a fence section up here, so you can't actually fall out the windows, but you can get right up in here with a bow and take stuff out, which is handy. And it gives you a nice view of my farm and my house over there. Over here, this is a territory of another bro of mine that plays on the server once in a while. And that's the river. And that's pretty much it for this tower, really. It's just a pretty simple design. I built it in a few minutes, and I liked it. I like the way it turned out. I'm happy with it. So let's see. What do I want to show you? I can show you some of the things that I have schematic copied and pasted into the world, or I can show you more of our own creations. If you go follow this road, you go this way. I'm not using any names for anybody just yet as far as who built what or anything like that, because I don't know if I have their permission yet to use any names. Probably wouldn't use their real names anyways. I'd probably use their gamer tags, but I want to make sure that that's okay with them first. But these statues were built by one of my bros, and he's actually got statues built all the way up to his settlement that he built called Hilltop, and he built these statues all along the way. There's an explosion somewhere over here. Blew up a statue. How did that happen? Huh. I wasn't even over there, so I don't know why a creeper would have exploded. I did this in survival. I found a huge vein of granite. This is my starter house here. I just did this. I started completely over, left all my stuff at my other survival house, came here and did this. And there's not much to it. Yeah, this is actually a tunnel that I built that goes, there's a wandering trader up here. It goes all the way through this mountain. Here, let me show you where we're at. It goes down through this mountain to this other town down there. But I'll show you that later. This is the starter hallway I built with the granite that I found. I polished granited it. I made a closet back here because why not? You go up these stairs, and it's really nothing built yet. Obviously, you probably know already, my real name is Dave. So I actually have this built in such a way that if you look at it from above, it actually says my name on the map. So, kind of neat. Really not anything special. It's just that I built this all in survival, so, which was kind of, it was time consuming, cooking all the sand to make glass and polishing the granite, and digging it all up. I got it from down there. Mine. I'll take you through this tunnel. Zoom. And there's lots of resources still here. I will probably take applications of some sort to, as far as play on my server. You can have 20 people on this server at any time. I've never had that many. I've had max of maybe 5 or 6 people on at a time. And, a lot of them aren't super active. Everybody's busy. They've got lives. I don't have a life, so at the moment. So here I am. This is a town that I basically took it under my wing. I built a lookout tower here. Again, it's really not anything special. It's just a lookout tower. And I fixed all the roads because there was holes in them. This was a complete disaster, this town center. You couldn't get up to it at all. And the villagers couldn't get from place to place to do their thing, so I fixed all the roads. I built some lights. There are still some dark spots. As you can see, the iron golems are staying inside the walls that I built, which was a pain in the butt, let me tell you. So yeah, and then you go out south gate of this town, and I have the draw distance on my server set to 9 chunks instead of 10. Having some server lag. I don't currently have the money to host the server on a hosting service like a lot of people do. I have it hosted on one of my computers, which runs Linux, and it's I'll show it to you at some point in time once I figure out how to do a screenshot on it, and I'll show you what my server screen looks like. This town is called Gold Crest. I just named it that. It just arbitrarily came to me. I fixed all the roads here, added a lot of lighting. There's an Enderman down there. F you, buddy. Another Enderman up here. Maybe it's the same Enderman. Nope. There's 2 of them. Anyway, this town is really only important strategically. It has another portal that was almost complete. I repaired the rest of it. And what we have is out there in the distance, you can see those towers. Those are another thing we built using a web tutorial. And they're basically, we've got monster spawners in the top. The monsters are washed down by the water. I'll have to show you how it works sometimes at some point, but I've got the sides all on it right now. But it basically alternates. There's a little bit of redstone programming up at the top, and it alternates flowing water, and the flowing water pushes the monsters down, and it pushes them into a centralized hole that they then fall down and die at the bottom. Hoppers collect the items. So back to why this gate is strategic. I'm going to take you through it. And again, because I'm not running my server on our server hosting service, it does take a little longer to spawn in. This is a facility we built in the Nether. Ow, you little jerk. There's obviously chickens that have come through the portal. And this is the other portal. We just found a ruined portal, and we built a facility around it for our monster spawners. And the original plan was that there was going to be no other way into this building other than the Nether portal, but honestly, it takes so long to port between worlds that I haven't used it very much. So I have all these chests with items in them that drop as the bad guys drop. This is an item sorter. I used a tutorial from the internet to build this, so I could probably put up links to that. And then I built, actually of my own accord, I built an overflow system, because some of these categories we had so many items that the chests were overflowing, and so I built an overflow system in here, and it's really simple. It just takes it from one chest, drops it in the other chest. And then I have over here, I have a setup for the rotten flesh. Now, as soon as this chest fills up all the way with rotten flesh, the only reason we keep rotten flesh is that you can apparently feed it to the dogs, and they will eat it and be happy with you. But we've got it set up so that when this chest fills all the way up, it goes, well, you can see there's a little bit of a device here. On the other side of this wall, there's a lava pit. Basically, it's a 1-block lava pit, and it's got a dropper set up on top of it, so that when this chest fills all the way up, any excess rotten flesh will go into that hopper, be dropped into the lava, and destroyed. So that way we don't have huge overflows of stuff, of rotten flesh. And this is our random, it's basically the other quote-unquote chest. Anything that's not sorted out by the item sorting system goes in here. Sometimes skellies drop bows. You know, there's some other stuff in here that got dropped into the hoppers, and if it's not sorted, it ends up in here. The other spawner is over here. This one's a little more simplistic. I built this one actually for other monsters. I was going to try and spawn like Enderman and blazes, and get blaze rods and things, and then like ender pearls and things like that. But it didn't really work out that way. Endermen teleport all over the place, even outside your walls. Blazes don't take falling damage, So it just didn't. I tried using snow golems even to combat the blazes. Nothing that I did worked properly. So as you can see, I've got snowballs from when I had the snow golems in my system. So I want to make sure the map is, yeah, the map is still good. See, that's stuff falling. You got a little window here, you can watch them die if you're morbid like that. So here's the way it looks from the outside. There's the redstone programming I was talking about. So yeah, let's go this way. There's the nether portal in Gold Crest. It really just takes you from here to over here. It was really a close nether portal. So we're going to follow this road. I'm going to show you one of the things that it was a little bit of work, but I managed. It was like the first thing I pasted in via schematic file, and I had to keep undoing and redoing until I got it right, and then I had to level the hills off and stuff. We actually had an ender dragon spawn right here. This was the original world spawn point, and I've since changed it to the town over there. That's just over there, the big city, the world spawn city. This is a creation that I copied and pasted in here. Like I said, this whole area was destroyed by an ender dragon that had gotten spawned here. I tried out a server plugin called Rideable Ender Dragons or something like that, and it took a lot of resources, and it was really dangerous because you could actually have the dragon spit its fireball, and it would destroy lots and lots of area. It was a big boom. Big bada boom. And so I took it off the server. Well, after that left a couple of ender dragons that had been spawned, and they reverted to their original state of being basic ender dragons. So it flew around in circles in this area and constantly bombarded the area until it looked completely, it was all stone, and I actually used a brush with World Edit to turn the stone to grass blocks so that it looked like at least somewhat regular terrain. So yeah, this monstrosity that I've got here, I brought it in, and then I brought it in from the schematics. I call it the Sanctum of the Divine. It came really bare bones. I added a few things to it. There was really nothing on the interior. No lighting in the interior. So as soon as I pasted it into the world, it was full of monsters that I then had to fight, get rid of, and then put lights up. If you go up this spiral staircase here, this is my library. I put all this in here. And I even got like ladders up to bookshelves. You know how they have those little ladders on wheels in the library. There's the enchanting table. Obviously getting all of its goodies from the books. If you go upstairs again, you'll see my fish tank. and my fish actually stayed this time. I had this problem where they were despawning because they weren't named. So now the fish have names, and once they have names, they don't despawn, they stay. Is what I've learned. So there's my fish tank. I don't think I did anything on the top floor of this yet. Oh, it's just a blank slate. That's the top floor. That's over here. And you can see on the map, it's a pretty big building. Where does my map go? Let's try reloading it. There we go. There we go. I hope that it's not echoing my desktop sound through the microphone. I'll watch some of the video after this and I'll make sure that it's not. And if it is, I'll have to change something. But I've basically got a splitter hooked up onto my audio out on my computer. One goes into the headset, the other goes into the computer speakers. And if you go over here, you'll notice the large glowing portal. It takes a minute to work, but it does work. You just step into it and wait, and it will teleport us to Temple City. Now, Temple City, as you can see, is way over here. Now, the original design for this temple I did get online, but I didn't like the textures that they used for it, so I pretty much rebuilt the whole thing. And it had no interior whatsoever, and I added to that as well. Obviously I still have monsters spawning in certain spots, but this is the bottom floor, and as you can see, there's my beacon. There's not much down here yet, but there is at least an interior where there was not before. You can go up the stairs, see the rooms that I built. And I have it so that the beam from the beacon shines all the way up through the top of the temple. That was not like that before. I did a cool pattern with the lights up here. And then if you go up here, I was trying to make these look like swords. I think I did alright with it. Kind of sword shaped. Anyways, this is the top of the temple. Can't fit out those windows, so I'll just go up through that. And I basically just poked a hole in the top of the temple so it would just, the light would come through. So there you have it. There's the temple. I built these walls all around the city, very high walls. I built them with server commands. There's a statue my bro made here, matches the other ones. This is my house that I built here. Nothing in here yet. This is the entrance to the mine. I haven't really mined anything here yet. is my bedroom. And I have an enchanting room. Auto door closer can sometimes be a pain in the butt because it closes doors you don't want closed. Like that. This is the roof access. So that's that. You go over here, you got my little farm that I built. I got some cows, some sheep. I had to build the wall a couple blocks high because villagers kept ending up in my sheep pen because they'd come out of that house and fall off into the sheep pen. Some of these houses I actually built. I built these. Built that one. I just tried to make them look like the original houses of the town that was here. I still have a lot of area that I can do stuff with here. I just haven't. I have so many projects that I want to show you. Let's do a little warp. Well, I'll show you this first. I copied and pasted this in. Oh, phantoms are out, huh? So I need to go north from here. I don't think I have a warp point set up for my starship here. That was also brought in from a schematic file. I wanted the Enterprise D, but I tried to paste that into the server and I got an out of memory error and it basically froze my server console. The server was still responding, but the console did not represent that whatsoever. And I ended up having to restart the whole server. Luckily, I was able to save before that all happened. As you can see, the server's a little bit slow on loading chunks as well. Part of that's because I have the draw distance set to 9 instead of 10, but part of that is because, well, the server just lags. Especially in areas I haven't been before, which was that area back there was one I had never been to before. So here's another town. When I pasted Voyager in here, I did not realize that this town was here, so I had to wall it all off and put up some lighting because the shadow from Voyager is pretty large. Voyager itself is pretty big. I have not found any interior to this ship yet. There's no door to get in. I think it's just an exterior design. It's probably hollow on the inside. I know zooming along the hall I've heard zombies and stuff spawned inside of it. Ooh. See, I moved too quickly for the server. There's the bridge. So yeah, she's a big ship. I did not realize how big Voyager was going to be when I pasted it in here. I actually pasted it from this block down here. I went up a little bit and then I pasted on this block, and that's where it ended up. I do want you to see the deflector dish. Looks kind of cool. So, yeah. Star Trek in Minecraft. And I can actually show you on this map, if you look at it, it looks pretty sweet. Actually, with the 3D view. For some reason, the 2D view, there's still chunk holes in it. I don't know why. I've tried standing in those spots for a while to see if Dynamap would update it, and it does. Just hasn't. I don't know why. So the next place I'm going to take you to, I'm going to warp there, and that is here. And this is a town that I've mostly built. Warp. And it is like I said, you can tell that the server commands take a minute, like as far as warping and things like that. It just takes a minute for it to catch up. But this is a town that I mostly built. There was only a few buildings here. I built the lighthouse, built the walls, the roads, built all these houses over here. We got a beacon here set up. It's actually below the sand. And if you go over here, there's a gate from one part of the town to the other. This is a desert building pack that I got off, I think it was Planet Minecraft or something. Anyways, if I could find the link to it, I will show you. But I built a little park, and I pasted most of these buildings in to make a bigger kind of a city out of it. So, sorry about the noise. I'm just adjusting my headset a bit. Okay. So yeah, that's the desert town. I did build a road between Desert Town and this town up here. And light this side of the tunnel, I see. Oops. My bad. Now, the shadow pack that I have, it makes the sun really bright in bright areas, and it kind of washes everything out, but it kind of does that in real life, so I kind of don't want to change it. But it does make things a little hard to see at times. So, as you can see, I kind of jump around a lot on the server as far as where I am and what I'm building. Some of the stuff I do in survival mode. Come on, server, catch up. Some of it I put myself in creative mode and do it. Like this road wouldn't have been possible in survival mode, so because it required so many blocks to get from one city to the other. It's quite a long path through. Got some jungle biome here. Ooh, come on. Build my chunks. Build my chunks. Render my stuff. Tree there. Little tunnel. Again, this city I was experimenting, or town I guess, I was experimenting with the wall building command. That world that it heads to it. I haven't done much with this town yet. There is another portal there. I haven't activated it because I don't know where in the nether it's going to take me, and I don't want 15 portals in the nether that take you to different places in the map, especially if I can set up a warp point and just warp here. But this is the original town, and it's pretty much untouched by me other than lighting, because as I was sitting here, I kept watching villagers get owned. And that's really, let's see, where else can I show you? As you can see, I mapped out this snow biome. That took quite a bit of time, stopping and starting and, waiting for the map to catch up. Over here is Hilltop. This is the one I was telling you about, where my bro built statues all the way up to it and everything. Up this river, and then here's this town. That's the town of Hilltop, and then he's got his base up here. It's pretty sweet looking. I'll show you in the 3D mode. He did a good job with it. It looks really cool. Like, he's got these statues out front that are like holding these swords stuck into the ground. This really doesn't do it justice, to be honest. Let me just show you this in person. It's quite a bit more impressive in person, I have to say. So this is Hilltop. This is the little town. He's got some axolotl pool there. And if you follow this path up, tree. Go up here, tree. And here's the statues that he's got. And you got like the face and nose and everything, and it's holding the sword. I thought they turned out really cool. I'm not gonna go in because I don't know if he wants to show anybody that yet or not. But that's that. I know he grew this forest over here. It was not here before. He grew that all by hand planting, I think. Let's see, what else can I show you? I think I'm going to save showing you around one block world for another time, another stream. So I could show you. There's one more town that I could show you where I've built stuff. I believe it's right here. And I built this house right here. I fixed all the roads. I built a town center that they can actually use. That's pretty much it for that town. It's really nothing fancy yet. I could also show you a village called Onstead. Actually, one of my friends found it originally, then I stumbled upon it, and I decided that I wanted to. It was one of those cities that was an abandoned town. It was an abandoned town, and it was all spider webs everywhere and holes in the buildings and everything. And I actually fixed it up, and I filled that pit in with water because villagers were falling into it. I built a bunch of houses here. Fixed the original houses that were here. There was a little bit of a hill right here. I planed it down. And so yeah, that's Onstead. Again, it's nothing really super special about it, but it is what it is. Oh, I should show you Glenview. Let's see if I can find Onstead. Here's Onstead. This is where I'm at now. But I'm going to, rather than travel on this whole road, there's another town there. It's completely untouched yet as far as anything. It's just got the road built through it. That's the only thing. Then it goes into a mountain and it turns. It goes over here and it comes out here. But let's warp over there. Because it's just easier. Glenview is named after one of my daughters. It's kind of her town, and both of my daughters have been kind of building stuff out there. Because it's so far away from most of the other towns, and I did fix all the roads and everything here so that villagers could get around. She wanted a green wall, so I built a green wall. There's some of the statues that they're building. There's some more statues over there that she built. Even though it is a survival server, I do let them go into creative mode sometimes just in this area so they can build, whatever they want. This building here I built, and I call it the Glenview Prison. And I actually set all these rooms up as jail cells. Actually, with what plugin allows you to do the jail? I think it's Essentials. One of the Essentials plugins lets you do the jail. And you can actually /jail somebody if they're being bad, griefing, or something like that. You can send them to. There's my guard dog. He's a skeleton dog. And again, you get that with the Better Dogs mod. So it's not a mod. It's a resource pack. But I have 6 cells in this prison, and basically, once I jail you, you can't get out because while I can build here because of my permissions, no one else can build here or break blocks here or even operate the doors here. So it's only me. So and probably the admins. So yeah, I can send somebody here to jail and they cannot get out until I let them out. But like I said, it kind of does a weird thing when you unjail somebody. And we tried it out with my daughter, and I jailed her, and then I unjailed her, and she ended up in a ravine way far away from here for some reason. Don't know why. I think it tries to return you to your original point, but I'm not really sure. Here's some more dogs. Better dog mod. It's really quite a cool resource pack. I recommend it. But it does definitely, when you're looking at the dogs, you can probably tell my game's a bit jumpy. The Better Dogs resource pack definitely does take up some memory when you're looking at dogs, especially if you got a bunch of them spawned. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video there for now. And we will pick up another time. Oh, excuse me. Stretch. And this video should get exported to YouTube as well, so you can find it there. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch. And you can also follow me on Facebook as well if you want. Everything's linked to my Twitch page, so if you're viewing this on Twitch, it should be linked right there on my page. There should be a link for Facebook and a link for my YouTube channel, and then if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a link for Twitch and a link for Facebook. And of course, if you go to Facebook, there's a link for Twitch and a link for YouTube. So I have everything all linked up, so it should be pretty easy to find me wherever you want to find me. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.